how to make a homemade external breather kit for your Harley Davidson. Catch you inside.
RevelatorAlf.
Hello, welcome to RevelatorAlf. Hope you're enjoying the channel and the series of videos. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share, and check out the website RevelatorAlf.com. So in this video I'm going to make a homemade external breather kit for my Harley Davidson with an M8 engine. Now there's been lots of talk about external breather kits and the benefits, the pluses and minuses, but actually there isn't any data. So the whole purpose of this is for me to fit this to my bike. Then about 5,000 miles, I'm going to have a look inside the engine to see if it's made any difference to the piston, to the carbonization on the pistons at all. If you watch my other previous videos about the vented dipstick, which I've done as well, and also putting the fuel additives through, and also putting an endoscope into the combustion chambers as well, this is all part of a process to actually see if there's any benefit in any of these modifications. Now you can buy these, of course, DK Customs or whatever, or there's lots of other manufacturers out there as well. You'll pay a certain amount of dollars, pounds, shekels, whatever it is, but so I think you can make this for free. Well, almost, maybe a few pounds. All the links are in the description where I got these. I'm going to use these little inline fuel filters. They cost about £3 or £4 each, nothing more than that. Some vacuum hose, that's about it. Right, this video is in particular for any stock air filter housings or any aftermarket air cleaners with surround housing as well. However, the same principle can be applied for an open air cleaner system as well. You just need to feed the vacuum hose behind and maybe just have an inline fuel filter hidden behind the back plate. So I'll show you what I mean once I've done it. Right, let's get into it. Right, for mine a T27 Torx bit, get the housing cover off. Okay, take the housing off. Okay, so you can see the heads of the breather bolts here, and you've got the hosing here. So what we're going to do behind this, we're going to disconnect this, add extra tubing, and it's going to wrap around either side. And basically, these filters are going to be slotted in there like that, one either side. Let's do that. Remove the air filter, T27 bit again. Now the whole point of this is to stop that hot, oily air being pumped from the engine heads, if you will, through those breather bolts back through the throttle body. So we're going to bypass all that. I will at some point be changing my air cleaner as well, but that'll be for another video. But essentially I'm still going to keep the stock housing because I kind of like it. Okay, so I'm going to remove the air cleaner here. Now you can see at the back here, there, these tubes go into the back of the air filter. Let me show you. So we're going to remove that. So that hole there we're going to block off so it's not actually sucking in any external air. All it's doing is sucking air through the filter. I'm going to just add a bit of tape to that, block it off, done. So here you don't have to do anything. All you need to do is just unclip the housing there, put that back on there like that, take this side off as well, and you keep this because this is a stock part. You don't want to get rid of that. What you need to do is get some inline hose connectors. These are 4mm inside diameter. That's all you need. One there and one this side, and they just slip on easy peasy. Now all you do is get some extra hose, your vacuum hose, and you connect it on this side. You see? And what we're going to do, we're going to wrap it around there and then put the fuel filter on the other side. Right, let me block this hole off first. Okay, just give it a wipe down. Just inspect the air filter at the same time. I will be changing this quite shortly anyway, but the same principle applies. Next, I'm just going to get some tape and tape over that hole. 1002 uses for duct tape. There we go, the hole is blocked off. So all I'm doing is forcing the air to come through the air filter as opposed to through that hole. Now, put the air filter back on, give it a bit of a clean. Now, The whole argument here also is to say there's lots of oil residue inside the throttle body. I've got to say there isn't a lot for mine at all, but give it a wipe down. There's hardly anything on there at all. So for me, there hasn't really been much of an issue. Right, let's put the air filter back on. Had a bit of thread lock. Tighten it down. Torque it down. Done. Now at this point I want to say this. If you have just an open air cleaner with a back plate, what you can do, you can get either these or you can get decorative ones, and there's a picture up there and the link is in the description as well. But what you can do, once you put the hoses through the back plate, you can actually hide these behind the back plate, cable tie them on or wire tie them on, have them vertically so that they act as a little catch can. They're hidden away as well. Give it a try, it might work for you. Right, let's carry on with this one. So I've got it round here. I'm going to wrap it round this side, on the underside as well. And basically it's going to come up here. Right, let me just snip that off. Put the filter on. And now I just wrap it up through there. You can see it's vertically pointing up, so it's not going to drip out. Periodically I will actually take the cover off just to see how it is, but it's also venting out to the atmosphere. Have you got the hole at the back there as well? So there's hardly going to be any temperature difference. There's also any oil residue will either just go to the outside here or it'll be caught by the filter. Right, let me do the other side. Second fuel filter on. Right, let me give you a closer look of this. There we go. As you can see, it's just the fuel filter there, wrapped all the way around. Now all I need to do is put the housing back on. Done. And it's great. As I say, I haven't actually noticed a lot of oil residue on mine. I'm not convinced without data that having external breather kit actually makes any difference whatsoever. I'm more convinced by the vented dipstick, but less so by the external breather kit. However, this is the whole purpose of this, to test it later in about 5,000 miles to see if the pistons have got any carbon buildup at all. If they have, then it's more about the normal combustion process and less about the external breather kit and whether any minuscule bit of oil is actually going back through the throttle body. However, until that time we won't know. So this is the whole point of this. So bit of data for you, a bit of chronological video evidence for you. That's it. That's the whole purpose of this. Right, just put the cover back on, job done. But as you can see, this simple arrangement here, external breather kit, basically the hot oily air is not going through the throttle body anymore into the combustion chamber, if there is any, and these fuel filters act as mini catch cans. Job done. So instead of spending XYZ pounds, dollars, shekels, you can get this for, well, less than a tenner, I would say, something like that. All the links in the description for you, for the plastic fuel filters, for the vacuum hose, and also for the decorative ones as well, which are basically aluminium fuel filters. Done. Right, let's stick this back on. Right, torque it down. All the torque figures are on the website. Go to the Harley Parley page just for your information. That's it, job done. Right, well, I hope you found that useful. As I say, it is a cheap fix for you. That's an external breather kit. Hopefully it will work. Let's just see in about 5,000 miles if it's made any difference to the piston heads. Let's see. Right, if you watch a series of videos about the fuel additives, about this, about the vented dipstick, I've got a follow-up video coming about the vented dipstick Mark II, if you will, and to answer some of the questions from the first video as well, and also some of the suggestions that other people have had as well, so I'm going to include those. But anyway, that's coming up as well. Let's see if this works. Try it out for yourself. Up to you. Right, catch you again. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, check out the website RevelatorAlf.com. Ta-da!